I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Test, 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 test. Can you hear me? Testing the audio. Yes, audio's on. Perfect. Give me a second, y'all. Setting things up here. This would be the light. There we go. And last thing now. Let's get this bad boy closer to me. Too close. Yeah. Boom. How's that looking? Test, test. And we are on. We are live. Let's move this back a little bit. Test, 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 test. Actually, I forget. This needs to be white. Ooh, that's bright. There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hey Rockstar Network. My name is Rock5tar Emiliano. This is the first episode of 2025. I took a long sabbatical for many things, and I'm going to share with you basically what's been going on, why I haven't been on, and what I've been working with, and what the plans are moving forward. Let's go ahead and turn off this music because it's distracting me a bit. All right. One more thing. Let's go to Facebook real quick. And let's invite everyone in because right now I'm not streaming on my personal page. I'm streaming from the Hey Rockstar page. And I want to share it on my personal one. There it is. Share now. I guess I should leave the music playing while I'm doing this, huh? I'll leave the music playing while I'm doing it. Like, right. Let's see this. Put a few emojis on here. I'll just put the little shades guy. It's my go-to. And share now. All right, cool. Hey everyone, welcome back. Those of you who are jumping on right now, there's a few you guys viewing. I'm streaming on Facebook. I am streaming on YouTube and on Instagram. And I'm streaming vertically. That way you guys get a chance to just watch on your phone. It's going to be very light. I'm going to just kind of talk a little bit about, catch you up on what's been going on in my neck of the woods. You know what I've been up to. Let me pull up YouTube real quick to see. So if you guys decide to comment whatever on YouTube or Facebook, I should be able to highlight it on here through StreamYard. And here in a bit, I'll be watching. I'm going to jump back on to watch. I'll be able to jump on and watch on Instagram. On Instagram, I'll be able to see it on my screen, and I'll be able to read your comments from there. So right now, all right, let's pull this up. Cool. The audio's working. I'm gonna mute it real quick. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes, y'all. You guys are awesome. All right. Close. All right, cool. So, eyes on. Shout out to who's on right now watching. Randall? No. Anyway. So I got eyes on comments. So if you guys want to add any comments, by all means let me know. Yeah. What happened to Josephat? Now we can talk music. Because we're no longer on it. Alright, so the reason I jumped on today, because I missed you guys. I missed being able to jump on doing the live, and it's my creative outlet. It's a way for me to share the ton of stuff that's been happening in my life, bringing you guys value and helping you answer any kind of questions you guys might have. As you can tell, I'm a little out of practice because I keep doing buts, you know. All right, I'll behave. Where have I been? What happened to me? Well, full disclosure is just the stress of the work life and life in general just became too much for me to, not too much. It's just things that were out of my control led for me to just, I just wasn't, during the summertime, I was getting home ridiculously late because I was out in the field and I couldn't control what was going on out there. And those times I wasn't coming home until 10, 11 p.m. And nothing against that. Work is on demand. It's just I couldn't therefore schedule a time. I had a schedule where I was doing my shows, and then because I had this commitment to the work that I couldn't. I felt I was falling apart, and finally it was just easier to just stop scheduling shows, to fall back and said, you know what, let me just figure out my life, let me figure out work. And then of course a lot of other things started happening. My mental state was not the best, simply because I found myself just losing control of a lot of areas in my life. And let me just bring it back, because a lot of things changed drastically quickly, and it was out of my normal control, or just out of what I'm used to, my routine. And therefore I didn't know what was going on. I just felt like I was a whole different person. So let me backtrack. Let me backtrack what happened and recent discoveries and what I'm doing now to aid or remedy my situation and the plans that I'm working on to eventually bring the show back. There is a plan for to bring the show back stronger than ever, because a lot of you guys actually have reached out to me. Where have you been? We miss it. We missed the show. We missed the Hey Rockstar. We missed the interviews. We missed the value you've been bringing. We missed the guy with the shades. And so here I am. I'm back. So, in a nutshell, I discovered late in my age that I have adult ADHD. I am neurodivergent. And upon this revelation, it made sense for a lot of things in my life. A lot of incomplete tasks, a lot of areas that I've struggled with, especially in the mindset and in the personal development when I was trying to do things the neurotypical way. And my brain understood it, I could see it, but yet I just couldn't execute, and it made no sense to me. How can I see it right there? Why can't I jump in it? Why can't I? And it took learning a lot about my mind and how it works. And I eventually found a support group of other neurodivergents, ADHDers, professionals, therapists, and also just entrepreneurs and other original laywomen alike, who are just supporting each other with the with understanding and with tips, creative ways that they've been able to manage their lives and create disciplines and create habits, and not let this thing stop them from achieving greatness, achieving their goals. And so I found hope. I found a new community that I've launched onto, and I'm so grateful for them. I'm learning so much, and I'm going to continue on in this process. So that's a whole different thing, but it's also brought a whole light to what it means to be a neurodivergent in today's day and age. But not only that, but how to be a neurodivergent as a believer, neurodivergent as a believer, entrepreneur, business person, neurodivergent as a leader. And I've just been, first of all, I've been on learning mode, just learning all I can about this, watching as many videos as I can about this, of course, getting sidetracked and realizing how dopamine was something that my body just cannot regulate. And that answered a lot of questions. So the problem towards the end of last year was I found myself in a situation where I couldn't do what I love to do, this, amongst other things. And because I wasn't getting dopamine from this or anything else, I was just doing what I had to do, finding no pleasure from it, but just getting the job done. At the end of the day, at the end of the night, instead of coming home and being productive and jumping on, I just found myself catching up on trying to get dopamine fix. And for me, watching comedy, watching animation, watching some great shows of just action or just things that brought joy and would give me the dopamine fix. And I found myself binge watching at nights. And because I'm being neurodivergent, I have something called time blindness. I just lose track of time. Before you know it, it's 2, 3 in the morning. And I'm like, oh, wait, I got to wake up in a few hours to go work another long shift. And so my sleep was struggling. And that started affecting my mental stability because I wasn't as in control of my mindfulness as I should because I've been sleep deprived. And it just caused a whole lot of, what's the word? It's just, it was just a loop that I was trapped in. Not getting enough sleep, messed with my mindset, was so weak I wasn't able to control things, and I just wound up not getting my dopamine. And at the end of the day, I would just splurge to try to catch up, and it was just downward spire, and not. I was feeling depressed. I was feeling like a loser. I was feeling all sorts of feels. And then I found someone who explained the neurodivergent brain, and things made sense. But he said there's hope and there's a way to help each other out. And so I've been working with him and been getting coaching, therapy, and counseling and such. And I made the decision that I don't want to. I want to continue thriving and working, but I don't want to do medication. I want to continue because I've been able to do so much in the past without it. I don't want to lose my creative edge. I just need to learn how to manage it. I need to learn how to respond appropriately and how to ignore things that don't really suit me, even though everyone says this is the mainstream thing that you must do. But I'm finding other ways to get the job done, other tasks and other skills, and developing things that make sense to me as a leader, entrepreneur, trying to figure out this neurodivergent ride that I'm in for. Anyway, that's not the reason I was going to jump on here to talk to you guys, but that's a part of it. I am starting a 90-day challenge. Restarting a 90-day challenge. So before the holidays, I did try to do a 90-day carnivore challenge. Now, hear me out. The reason I did this was because I was hearing so much about the mental clarity, the focus one gets whenever you're no longer, your body is now thriving on fats and proteins rather than carbohydrates and sugars, and the reduction of inflammation in your body because your body tends to preserve a lot whenever we load it with carbs and refined sugars, refined flours and such, and at least mine does. And so I tried it. I tried it for 90 days before the holidays, and let me tell you, I did lose weight. Although that wasn't the main focus, but it's a nice thing. And I wound up losing 50 pounds in the 90-day process. Period. Right before the holidays, it was amazing. Clothes was feeling awesome. I was feeling energetic. My mental focus was just alert. I was less dependent on stimulants like coffee, caffeine, and I definitely was not dependent on sugars or any. I didn't have cravings for that kind of stuff. I didn't feel like snacking. I didn't need to. My body was being well fed, well nourished, and I felt great. Of course, the holidays happened, and I had already resolved in my mind that I'm gonna not restrict myself because I love the holidays. I wanted to partake in the festivities and the sweet treats and such. And I didn't dive in 100% hardcore, but I eventually let myself go. Thankfully, I didn't drink as much of the sugary drinks, as that is the stuff that really, really, it's just empty calories. It just really would push me over. Excuse me. But nonetheless, I still partook of the breads and the pastries and the cookies and the snacks. And let's just say, fast forward to today, which is January 26th. I weighed myself this morning and I realized, dang, of the 50 pounds, I gained 15 back. And I remember I was talking to my little sister. She goes, "Well, wow, that happened fast." Like, well, honestly, I think it's a lot of the water retention because that's the one thing the body does when you start consuming sugars and carbs. It retains water, inflames other areas and so I've been wanting to get back on the carnivore, if even for just like a ketovore or something, because I did like the way I felt physically with that. Now, let me preface this with this: I didn't have any kind of ailments. I know a lot of people who do this lifestyle do it because they have like some kind of ailment or diseases or something that the modern thing they can't find remedies for, and they try diet and they find carnivore helps them out a lot. At least lets helps the body heal. I didn't have any kind of those things. I was just tired of being big and sluggish and just wanted mental clarity. That's the main thing. And so and to lose weight. Uh, but again, to me, it was a simpler way of eating. I would go work, I'd come home, I would cook my meats. I kept bacon on standby. It was like almost in every meal had bacon. God bless bacon. I got to the point where I could do cheeses and I would do butters with my meats, mostly beef. On days I would do poultry like turkey or chicken, I would try to make sure that I would include a lot more fats on there because I knew they weren't as as fatty. But and then of course I tried other things like I would have seafood. I would have um what other meats did I partake on? Of course pork. Well, that's bacon. Um yeah, that's mainly where I was into fish, beef. I had some goat and some lamb, but I found that those were very lean meats. So I was later on I had to eat some cheese or butter or something to just make sure I had enough fats because I realized that if I wasn't taking enough fats, I wasn't getting the energy I needed and I wasn't using the restroom properly. But anyway, don't want to bore you with that stuff. I decided that I need to jump back on another 90-day challenge. And here's what I'm gonna do differently. Because last time when I jumped in, I just kind of jumped in blindly and said, "Let's. Okay, what kind of meat do I have? All right, I got some beef jerky, I got some pork rinds, I got some cold cuts. I was just doing what I was, or and never, and then I would go get some eggs and such. But no, the one thing that I realized that I did wrong at the beginning was I didn't load up properly. And what they recommend is at least the first week you eat a lot. I'm talking about barbecue every day. That's my idea of loading up. I'd go to a barbecue and I'd get the meat sampler and I would sample on pork and beef and turkey and chicken, and just made sure I got a lot of it in me, because your body needs the nutrients. It needs the nourishment so they can start healing properly. And then after a while, then you can start regulating, going off of by what do I feel? Do I feel hungry? Then yes, I'll eat. If I don't feel hungry, then no, I shouldn't be eating. And I was able to get that discipline. As a matter of fact, I remember one time I got home and I was like, I guess I could eat, but I didn't want to cook. And then I'd say, well, if I'm not hungry enough to cook, then I'm not hungry enough to eat. And then my body's like, okay, then don't worry about it. And the next day, though, I was back to normal, and I would cook in my meals when I was hungry. I'd cook my meals, and it was glorious. And so I really enjoyed that. So here's what I'm planning to do. Here's what I want to do for the next 14 weeks, aka or 90 days. I am going to go back on this 90-day challenge. I am not going to jump on every day with a live for this. I plan to do it either on a Sunday, or if I can't on Sunday, for sure on a Saturday. I'm going to try to jump on every week, once every week, for at least for 14 weeks or 90 days, to give you an update. I'll tell you how much I weighed this morning. This morning I weighed myself. I was weighing at 295. Thankfully, I didn't go past the 300, because that's where I was at when I started last year, or when I did last year, and now I didn't want to go back to that. But I was starting 295 now. I do think that let me put this on silent. I do think that this next few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I'm gonna lose weight fast, because the majority of the weight that I'm gonna lose right away is gonna be the water retention weight that I accumulated through the holidays from just consuming sugars and and grains and such. And I believe that that's why I'm probably gonna see results within the first 2 weeks of fast weight loss, and after that, it's gonna be more like a gradual. The goal is not so much the weight. I do measurements. I like to see how my body is shrinking. I'm also implementing a workout routine. Last time I did the 90-day challenge, I was not working out. I was just being faithful to the diet. This time I want to continue working out, holding on to my muscle. I do resistance training. I have some resistance bands with the X3 Pro Bar Junquish, Body by Junquish. That's a very good program for those who, especially who travel a lot, because these things you can take with you, and I would actually travel with these in the past. But I want to continue on my strength training with this. It's a full body workout. So I'm excited to keep strength training while I am doing the 90-day carnivore challenge. And one thing for the mental side is I do plan on watching a lot of supportive material. I found a channel on YouTube that was great. Let me pull up the name. This guy. So those of you in the carnivore community are probably familiar with, like, uh, Dr. Baker, and whom else? Um, Dr. Fung. Uh, Trying to think of the other people that I've been off not the top of my head that are in the carnivore um, sphere. What is it? Um, well, I am. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm gonna be following. I started following this guy, Homestead Now. I'm not sure if he'll show you. Homestead Now. Um, can't think of his name off the top of my head right now. It's funny how he doesn't have his name on his main profile. But anyway, what has really, he has this story about how he found the carnivore to help him with uh, his body and immune diseases and all this stuff. Also helped his daughter. Now his wife is on it. He's been doing it for a couple of 100 days now. Who's joining? Have you checked your PSA? No, not yet. I should do that. Robert DeGrange, I miss you, man. I need to reach out to you. I need to I'm gonna text you after this. Um I'm just going by my measurements from what I've done in the past and things. I haven't gone to a doctor. There is a doctor about an hour away from where I live who is keto friendly and he's more understanding for the carnivore, and I kind of want to work with him so he can keep tabs on my blood work and all that fun stuff. I'm just going off about how I felt, how great I felt in the short time that I did that. Hello, Austin. Thank you for jumping in. I'm just telling everyone about the 90-day challenge I'm about to do, and I'm excited to focus on it again. But anyway, what I want to say about Homestead now is he's been doing interviews. He's been working for the past year and a few days. He's been interviewing over. He's got over 40 different families, people that he's interviewed on how they've used this way of eating to basically heal their lifestyles, heal their lives, and just better a lot of things. And he's got a lot of testimonials and people who, and in his YouTube channel, he's brought a lot of guests where they share their story. And so I'm listening to the stories of people who are being genuine, who are changing their lives by this way of eating. And so I doing that to inspire me, keep me inspired, watching that to keep me inspired as I'm going through this 90-day process, because you need encouragement. That's the best way for me to keep going, is listening to people who are doing it alongside you and rooting them on and listening to their success story and listening to their struggles. And you realize, okay, it's normal for me to feel this, to get mad at this, to want to go to this. And I tie that up with my new discoveries of me being neurodivergent, that I'm like, all right, I have all sorts of party mixes in my head. However, I love who I am because I'm a genuine creature. I'm a genuine child of God. I am a leader in my own right. And God has, regardless of these, let's say, limitations, not even limitations, these obstacles, I've still been able to do so much. So I know that I can do so much more. So it's such an exciting story that I'm about to unfold before you. And I'm just going to invite you to join me on this adventure, this journey. Write in, send your messages. If you want to share your story, I know that the Hey Rockstar Network is mainly for leaders and entrepreneurs, but if you want to share diet, if you want to share experiences, if you want to share your story, it's mainly about sharing the stories of others, people like you, people like me, who are just trying things, who are just going out there and making headway and helping out our fellow men and women as we continue to do things what we feel we're called to do. I haven't forgotten that I need to bring Robert on the show. I told him this one time that, hey, Roberto, I want you on my show, especially when he started his own kickboxing class. This is like almost 2 years ago, right? Or a year ago, at least. But other than that, I'm just excited that I just wanted to jump back on here because it's been too long, fam. It's been too long. Now, I would love to relaunch the Hey Rockstar interviews and start doing those on a weekly basis. There's got to be a different structure. I can't just do lives like I want to simply because of the schedule I have right now, work schedule. But we can have a workaround. And of course, I need help. If anyone wants to join in and be part of the creating of the brand of the Hey Rockstar Network, shoot me a message, either here or if you have my number, text me, and let's game plan, because the vision that I have, that I believe has been given to me by God for Hey Rockstar Network, is a great one that is going to go beyond me. It's going to be beyond this humble beginnings, and it's going to be blessing a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of leaders, a lot of people who want to be leaders and entrepreneurs. We're going to help them out, and they're going to be a blessing to their life, to their people. So, without any more time taking of you, thank you for those of you who jumped on, even for a minute or so or two. Of those of you who are watching on repeat, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you've tried the carnivore. Let me know if you find yourself, if you are neurodivergent, and you would and what kind of tricks you've learned for yourself to be able to accomplish the goals, stop procrastination. I'm going to be back either possibly next Sunday. Sunday seems to be a good time to do this. in between church services. So here we are, once again, coming to you all the way from Andrews, America. My name is Josafat Emiliano. Miguel, can you see Miguel? He's right there. Hey, Miguel. Everyone's favorite monkey puppet. Shout out to Jimmy Healy. He was one of the founders. Oh, he was one of the guys who helped me find Miguel. And he was a guest on my show 2 years ago. I just found out he's engaged. Congratulations, Slim Jim. I'm so proud of you. Love you, brother. Okay, so until next time, everyone, all the way from Andrews, America, this is Josafat Emiliano saying much love and many blessings. Should I put some music to let us out?